Right. Welcome back. So earlier this week, you took that trip out to Knysna to look into that day zero scenario. And as we know, Knysna faces a dire water crisis and around 90 days or so of water left for the town.
Yeah, the days keep changing. I mean, it's from 19 to 17, then it goes down to 6. So it causes a lot of confusion. But what I can tell you is that Gift of the Givers is on site. They are active there, like you cannot believe. They're delivering litres of water daily and over 1 million litres of aid to residents, and they're also supplying the system so that it actually is taking pressure off this dam that's behind us, that Akkerkloof dam that you can see is what, maybe 15% full. So yeah, that was the story there.
Yeah, so let's just bring you up to speed, because on Wednesday Leanne and the Morning Live team were in Knysna, and you spoke to Mario Ferreira. I think we saw the start of, you just started it,
and then we just didn't have time to chat.
We didn't have time to zone in on that. So here is Leanne speaking to Mario Ferreira, Gift of the Givers head representative, about averting that water disaster.
We've been focusing in on the water situation and that countdown to day zero in Knysna. It's been an incredibly interesting journey as we've gone from the high tourist areas to having a look at definitely the much more higher income areas, and landing up in areas where people are much poorer, and they're realizing how difficult it is and how scary it is to actually be looking at a tap that may run dry any minute. And the reality is that their taps have run dry, and they know what that feeling is like. There's certain areas, we're not necessarily at that area. They're further up north where there is no water and there hasn't been water for a while. Gift of the Givers are on site here. We're actually at the water treatment plant, and this is an interesting place to be because we can actually now start seeing how this actually functions. And Mario is here, who has been a resident here forever, now works for the Gift of the Givers, and is giving back and helping as much as he can. It's so nice to be with you. Thanks for talking to us, Mario.
Thank you for having us, Leanne.
So just perhaps give us a, let's start off by, we're in White Settlement, so this is where we are at the moment, and this is where the treatment plant is. Perhaps you want to talk to us about what's actually happening here.
Leanne, we've been since 12 December, basically, we've been on site here assisting. So what's happening right here is we've got super tankers, 5 of them at the moment, carting water from out of Knysna to supplement the water supply of Knysna, and giving Akkerkloof dam a bit of a rest so it can increase in volumes. So on an hourly basis, we're offloading 30,000 litres of water over here. It has made a substantial amount of difference in the area. Less taps are running dry because of the extra water now getting carted into the area. Our whole idea obviously is to try and save Knysna from day zero, or at least prolong day zero by bringing in this extra water. So that's the main purpose.
So obviously we've been, in this area, and the residents are so happy here because they can just literally take a walk down, fill up as much as they can, and they go back. But this is not the story of many other areas here, and particularly the higher lying northern areas. Perhaps you want to give us a glimpse of the real situation up there.
Well, Leanne, yes, the fact is there's 4 months, there's areas that's without water in the taps. We've got water tankers basically roaming street to street, filling reservoirs, just trying to get water to that people on a daily basis. It's become a sort of a norm under the communities, which is hard sore. If you look at it, they have the routine of that tankers arriving. It's part of their daily life, and there's sometimes that people's got to work. They can't get to that water tanker, so for days sometimes they go without water.
Yeah, and that's a basic human right. That's the reality, is that we're dealing with basic human rights, and these are being violated, and dramatically so. And I emphasized at the beginning that you've been here. This is you live in this area, so you have seen over the years the problems that have been befalling this particular beautiful town of Knysna. And I asked the mayor at one stage, do you blame political governance for the fact that this is happening. He couldn't directly say it, but I almost felt like he nearly admitted to it. But the reality is that this isn't just about the weather. In fact, the weather just plays a part in a much bigger picture, and that's the lack of maintenance. What do you make of that?
I agree with you, Leanne. Lack of maintenance, infrastructure problems. Definitely one's got to look at that. You can't oversee that. Cause drought, you've got to make provision for this. This is something that's coming on for years.
Yeah.
We've been helping for several years, especially season times. We've been helping when there was no drought. The infrastructure didn't handle it. So it's a reoccurring problem.
Yeah, and that's the reality. I mean, because when you drive around, we've seen a lot of water that's just lying on the streets, burst pipes. Where we're speaking to, half of the water that can be used for consumption is being wasted on a daily basis, and that's a big problem. In terms of the boreholes, and I know you guys are the borehole experts, gift of the givers. I mean, there's so many boreholes here that the municipality have built or dug, but they're not operational because they've just been left. Can these be fixed up? I mean, do you have any idea? Do you guys operate out of boreholes here as Gift of the Givers?
Well, we've came to Knysna municipality October last year, and we saw this coming, and we offered our support with regards to the boreholes.
Yeah.
Till today, we've had no acceptance of our hand that we pushed out on that. Subsequently, I mean, we had in Ladysmith, for instance, 3 days before Christmas, a similar sort of thing. We got in immediately. 3 days later, we had 3 boreholes operating.
Yeah. And
So,
I mean, that's how easy it is to rectify, and yet it seems that, you just need that will to be able to do it. And the big time is the fact that there's so much more happening as well. I mean, if we have a look at the drought in Plettenberg Bay, because we talk here, but there's other areas that are struggling. What are the efforts being put in place to assist them?
well, I see the Bito municipality has been very proactive. They reached out to us about a week ago saying they're on day 40. Drought very much is a problem, but also some boreholes that at the moment is not functional. So we did the assessment, we went out to the municipality, and basically today we are delivering the necessary pumps for their boreholes to reinstate 4 boreholes to save them from a day zero.
That's fantastic news. That's really wonderful news. Final message that you can leave us with, because I tell you what, the community, that's all that comes out of their mouths is thank goodness for the gift of the givers, but you cannot run the country. That is not your job. What is the message that you give to the leaders that are in power, that are able to make a difference with their decisions?
I think the most important thing is serve the community. Look at humanity. Look at why you are put in place, who put you in place, and the services, the basic things, the needs that they need, is give them what they need and what they deserve. Keep humanity in mind.
Mario, thank you. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck with this amazing work that you keep on doing, and we'll check in with you just to see how things are going as this progresses. But thank you again. Oh, wait, one more question I needed to ask you. This day zero concept, is it real?
Well, it is real if you look at the value, the water levels, how it's dropping and so forth. So yes, people's got to conserve water. But the day zero at this stage, we are extending it definitely because of the amount of tankers that we are bringing additional water into town. So it is real. It's just at this stage we can't exactly say when it will be.
Right, so that's just wrapping up and seeing once again the phenomenal work that Gift of the Givers are doing on the ground. It's amazing wherever they go. That's what they do.